I think that wasp stung Tim Krul into action today. Well, Ian here wasn't exactly a happy man when he walked into our studio earlier this evening, and this is the reason why Dan O'Hagan reports.
Ian Holloway received a warm reception on his return to QPR, although his former club dominated early proceedings. Heidar Helguson scored a brace the last time these two sides met, the woodwork stopping him opening the scoring. Blackpool's only previous win at Loftus Road came all the way back in 1972. It was the Seasiders here who opened the scoring against the run of play. Ben Burgess opening his account after fine work by Gary Taylor-Fletcher. Goals were QPR's problem last season. It was looking like a familiar story for Ars fans as Angelo Balanta hit the side netting just before half-time. Paul Rahubka was having a man-of-the-match performance in the Blackpool goal. After pulling off a stunning save to deny Fitzhall, he was relieved to see the post come to the rescue as Balanta failed to ease any opening day nerves. Rowan Vine scored only one goal last season in an injury-hit campaign. The striker won't get many better chances than this after being set up by Patrick Agyemang. It was an unlikely source that finally got the goal for QPR 5 minutes from time. Peter Ramage's cross inadvertently finding the net, the defender's first goal in more than 100 career appearances, saving his manager Jim Magilton's blushes and denying Holloway a fairy tale return.
Well, Ollie, I've got to ask you first, have you had a word with your keeper after that?
No, he got on the bus and gone back home and I've had to come here. But no, it's quite an emotional day, obviously. But we rode our luck a little bit, as you could see by those chances. And it was a bit cruel in 87th minute for that, which was a blatant cross to loop into our net. But, you know, let's be fair. I would have taken a point before we went, so I'll take a point now.
So you're happy with a point?
I would have liked 3, but that would have been a bit greedy.
Yeah. And Dan mentioned there, you got a terrific ovation from the QPR fans. That must have been great for you.
Oh, it's really nice, you know. I don't know how many managers can go back to certain places and get the warm welcome I got, but I'm sure that'll wear off over the years.
I was going to say, it makes up for your visits to Plymouth and Leicester this season.
Yeah, I'm not sure which one I'm looking forward to the worst.
Yeah, talking of which, you know, after what happened at Leicester, have you got a point to prove this season with Blackpool?
Yeah, I think every job you take, you have to keep writing a new script. You can't stand still in life. So I got relegated. I don't like it. I got to try and take on Blackpool and make sure we don't.
Yeah. Amazing to think you're one of 6 managers making their debuts in the Championship. I mean, that's mind-boggling, isn't it?
It's a fantastic prize at the end of it, but that comes at a cost.
And what's your aim? And what is your aim this season? Is it just to stay up?
No, it's to actually get this club moving forward, and I think that's to beat what we did last year, and I think it's to try and move towards the top of the table. And Steve's already said it, that, you know, Scunthorpe probably got the worst budget. Well, ours isn't much better than that, but you know, as I say, we've got some serious backing going to be happening, and hopefully I can gradually get some new players, add to the ones I've got, and move up that table.
That sounds like you're going to be spending big soon.
Well, not big. I mean, to other people, they can have someone like Chris Commons at Derby on the bench, and they bought my captain for quite a few £100,000. But you know, we might go in with a couple of 100,000 here, a couple of 100,000 here. Do a bit like Peterborough done, really. Take them from lower down and polish them up.
Yeah. Okay. Well, here's how the rest of the Coca-Cola Championship played out on week 1.
Max, I'm so pleased to stand for us, mate.
Cheers, pal.
Great tough, pal.
Sheffield Wednesday had reasonably positive ahead of the new season. Marcus Tudgate signed a new contract despite interest from Premier League Burnley. The Owls faced Barnsley in a South Yorkshire derby and had a great chance to take the lead early on. Luke Steele saving well from James O'Connor. The Tykes did the double over Wednesday in the league last season, but it took the home team just 9 minutes to score the first goal this time. Jamaican Jermaine Johnson with the goal for the Owls. A crowd of 30,000 made for a great atmosphere at Hillsborough. John Macken scored 9 goals for the Tykes last season. Wednesday goalkeeper Lee Grant denying him here. Macken and Grant crossed swords again soon after. The goalkeeper once again coming out on top. Wednesday's second goal came via a long throw. Tudgay's flick on to Michael Gray. His first Wednesday goal in the week he turned 35. And he was okay to continue. Jacob Butterfield had made just one previous start for Barnsley before today, but the teenage defender, given the nod by Simon Davey, repaid his manager's faith with a first senior goal. John Macken missed a host of half chances for Barnsley, but all that was forgiven with just a quarter of an hour left to play. A great comeback for Barnsley in front of 5,500 travelling fans. 2-2 the final score. Preston have reached the playoffs in 3 of the past 5 years and began this campaign at home to Bristol City. And the Football League founder member almost claimed an early goal, but John Parkin's shot was blocked by Lewis Carey. The home team pressed on in the first half, defender Yul Mawene somehow steering his shot over the top as the game stayed goalless going into half-time, but the second half would be a cracker. Bristol City failed to win any of their last 8 matches last season, but they were given the perfect chance to take the lead when Mawene was penalised for a challenge on Danny Haynes. Penalty. Paul Hartley signed for the Robins from Celtic during the summer. It was a debut to remember, his first goal in English football. David Clarkson also made the move south over the summer, signing from Motherwell, and the Scotland striker made his mark on the Championship inside the hour. Danny Haynes with a fine pass, 2-0 now. Preston hadn't lost an opening game for 5 years, and they gave themselves a chance to keep the record going. John Parkin pulling a goal back in some style. City held their lead until deep into stoppage time. The ball appeared to strike Lewis Carey's hand, and referee Michael Oliver pointed to the spot. Callum Davidson stepped up for North End. He kept his cool to secure a dramatic late draw for his team. 3 Scotsmen on the score sheet at Deepdale, 2-2 the full-time score. Neil Warnock faced one of his many former clubs, Plymouth, at Selhurst Park. One of his new signings, Stern John, was the first to go close from Alassane Ndiaye's cross. The much-travelled John heading just wide. His debut truncated with a suspected broken arm later on. It's rare for Warnock's sides to leak goals from set plays. Hungarian Christian Timar scoring for Argyle with a season just 5 minutes old. Only Timar's 4th goal for the club, his first for 2 seasons, the perfect start. Plymouth could have doubled their lead when Jamie Mackey found space on the left-hand side. Palace keeper Julian Speroni with a save, showing why he's been the Eagles' player of the season for the last 2 years in a row. The goalkeeper kept the Devonians at bay with some sharp reflexes. Rory Fallon denied here. And those saves proved a platform for a Palace leveller. Victor Moses with the deep cross for Alan Lee's head. And there are few finer headers than Lee at this level, all square at Selhurst Park. A strong finish ensured Doncaster's first season in the Championship ended with safety long assured. A trip to Malky Mackay's Watford began the new campaign. The Hornets warmed up with a win against Italian Serie A team Parma a week ago, and Danny Graham put them ahead with a goal on his Hornets debut. But Donny came south in determined mood. Brian Stock sent him the cross. And how's that for a header from James Hayter? 2 ex-Bournemouth players in neat combination. Tommy Smith was Watford's top scorer last season. This attempted cross nearly becoming a whole lot more. Goalkeeper Neil Sullivan, a relieved man. There was one last chance for Rovers to take all 3 points, but Dean Shields' effort somehow kept out by goalkeeper Scott Loach as the game finished all square at Vicarage Road.